Free socks. Free socks.
Oh, hey, everybody, hold on here. Going crazy. I've been doing 60 million things. I'm trying to get us on Facebook. But, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Triple B Experience Thursday night edition where we talk pulp culture. And we are got a great show tonight because we are going to give our intake, our intel, our insight on Superman. We all seen it. So before we start getting it, let's invite everybody on. So first and foremost, he just got done with his West Virginia Mountaineer Mafia show. We jumped on and we talked a little bit of TJ Watt signing with the Steelers, but everybody here is special field correspondent, Shane Stodmiller. Hi, Shane. Long time no see.
Third show's the charm, right, Bubba?
Ooh, that's what they say. That's what they say. I'm just trying to get the Facebook so we can get some comments and questions and stuff because I know you're going to turn this show a little bit to the right, cross and an uppercut because you got this other kind of way of thinking on this Superman.
I don't want to. I'm not negative on it. I like.
I know. But you have a different way.
Don't get me wrong.
But yes. So before we get, we have to have the tripod effect. The individual knows his pulp culture. He's ready and ripping, raring to go about this Superman movie. I believe he actually put some DC figures in the background. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the show is the action figure connoisseur, movie connoisseur, because that's what I said about him today at work, that he's the movie connoisseur. Because if he doesn't know it, then nobody knows it out of this panel. So everybody, welcome to the show, our man Cable. Cable, how you doing?
Good. How are you guys doing?
Good. You are the movie connoisseur because you look at movies in a different way than I do, and you pull out movies that I didn't even think possible last week when we did those franchises, and you had an in-depth way and knowledgeable of all your franchises that you're actually ranked.
I try. That's what I hopefully bring to this is a little bit different of a view or whatever. But by no means do I think my opinion is as highly as you do.
Well, I did not see that, Devil. I know Shane did. Cable, did you see the new Jurassic Park movie yet?
Yes.
And what did you think of it?
I was not impressed.
Uh-oh. So you two agree. I haven't seen it yet. It might be on my lovely cable system downstairs. I'll have to check.
Was it the handicapped dinosaurs cable that ruined it for you?
It wasn't even that. It's just it wasn't that strong of a movie. I mean, there were parts of it that I did like. There were enjoyable parts to it. The mutated dinosaurs were ugly as shit. But, it's just, it's not the worst one out of the entire franchise for sure, but it's nowhere near the best either. So
I'm not a big Jurassic Park person. I do like dinosaurs, and the dinosaur I like is Godzilla. I mean, really, that's what I truly like.
If I were a dinosaur, I'd like to go to a bar and see like one called a Stabalotopus. Like bang 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 bang.
I don't know. I mean, you always see a T-Rex in those movies. You always see a couple raptors that look like whatever. As long as you got Wayne Knight getting his ass ate up, I think that's the only part about Jurassic Park. And then Scarlett Johansson is now what, the biggest action actress or something of all time?
If Scarlett Johansson's thick ass can't save a franchise, and you're really fucked it up. You know what I'm saying?
But am I right though? She's like the number one of all.
She's made the most money, more money than anybody else now.
That's crazy.
we think everything she's been in, I mean, just her Black Widow role alone, uh, being in 4 Avengers movies.
That's
That's
that's the only way.
Widow baby.
What?
That song? Remember that song from like 5 years ago?
No. Uh-oh. Afton didn't she's sad about the Jurassic Park movie. I mean, realistically, I mean, I summer blockbusters are going to be pretty much over here because I don't even know what August has.
not much.
Like, yeah,
Nothing big in scale,
right. And next week, we were going to do before we start talking about what the topic we're talking about. And we might have a little other topics coming too. Next week, we were going to do our all-time favorite TV shows, but I believe Shane's going on vacation, and we do not want to do it without him. So we are going to hold off, and when Shane comes back from vacation, then we will do that. Because I actually only got a couple, and I need to be prepared. And I was thinking, let's do. Do you guys want to do 15? Or
Okay.
I'm okay with that because
there's a lot of TV shows in all genres. These are all genres.
I guess you're right.
So we'll do the top 15 when Shane comes back from his vacation, when he's with his family, not doing crazy stuff on the beach or hopefully whatever. But we'll take a 2-week hiatus. Me and Cable next week we'll think of something. We're going to gear up probably for the Fantastic Four, and probably there's pop culture stuff that we can actually. You know what I mean?
Fantastic Four.
That and I did not see the Mortal Kombat trailer.
Yeah, I'm waiting to watch it. I thought it was out.
Either.
Is that real? I thought that was fake.
Well, that's the one you're referencing is a movie inside of the Mortal Kombat universe, and then today an actual trailer came out.
Okay, I'm.
Well, you got to be careful on this AI stuff.
Well, what they did, because this movie has Johnny Cage, and it's the Butcher playing him from The Boys. Yesterday they released.
He's playing Johnny Cage.
Yeah,
Kind of old.
That's kind of old, don't you think?
Well, I think this take on him is in the twilight of his career.
Gotcha.
But the trailer they released yesterday is like an in-universe. It's a trailer for a Johnny Cage movie, and it's over the top and goofy as shit, but hilarious. And then I didn't watch it, but the one they released today, I think, is the actual Mortal Kombat 2 trailer.
Okay, because The Boys have wrapped up, and he is done with that role after that. He is not going to go on the sequels, or he's not going to go on any type of other spin-offs. He's actually done with this role.
It's probably a good call. I mean, why not?
Well, but I do hope that I just saw before we went on that, and I hope he doesn't mess it up, is Wakiti, what's his name? Tiki Wakiti, Kaka
Waititi.
Yeah.
Taika Waititi.
Yes.
Oh my God, he screwed it up now. Yeah. I can't say it either.
Well, he's actually going to be directing the new Judge Dredd. Now, Judge Dredd, not the Stallone one, but
yeah,
I mean, Carl Urban actually was Judge Dredd, and he never took his mask off, and that's what I like. So I hope that he goes in for that sequel. That would be something. So, but I just saw that today, like maybe an hour when I was trying to do other stuff, because me and Shane was doing the TJ Watt thing, and then I did the interview with Braden Elliott from Imagine Wrestling today. So, I mean, I've been like, I feel like this is a hub of like whatever at my house here now. I wish I could. Yeah, I mean, Shane's doing shows. Yeah.
Thor 5 is not going to be directed by him. It's going to be in the next phase. So Thor 5 is coming, though.
Yes, but he doesn't need to. He ruined it with the Love and Thunder. And we can go off when we did our MCU stuff. But Ragnarok was great. Is the best one out of the series. But he just destroyed it. Yeah, I do like his Dredd. I do. So we all saw the movie that people have been talking about people have been saying, I don't know, it's political now. I mean, people are just, I don't know. People
I don't
are
think it's
crazy.
political.
I don't think so either.
It's not woke at all. How can it be woke? Batman or Superman's white. Lois Lane's white. You know, they have a ginger playing. What's his face? What's that little boy's name?
Jimmy Olsen.
Jimmy Olsen's a ginger,
He's from the Gemstones. And they're supposed to spin. They want to spin off with him. I thought he did great. Okay, so you guys, you saw the movie Shane and Butler. Cable, where did you see Superman?
At the waterfront down in Pittsburgh.
Was it the special theater or was it?
No, at the time they didn't have some brilliant decision made somewhere along the way. They decided to start renovating that theater in the middle of summer movie blockbuster season, and they didn't have any special screenings, any special formats. I would have loved to have seen this in IMAX, but it was not available, which it is now. And I will I guess this is spoilers for my thoughts on the movie. I'm seeing it 2 more times this weekend. I already got walked up. I'm going Friday. Yeah, I'm going Friday with Mav, and then the whole family's going Sunday.
Oh, tell him I said hello. I know he's been busy being a coach.
To see Fantastic Four or
Superman? No, Superman. But yeah, now they have it available.
Are you going to see it 3D?
No, I don't see anything in 3D.
Okay, because my coworker from work saw it in 3D and he said it was fucking phenomenal.
See, I hate 3D. I've tried it a few times, and it takes, in my opinion, it takes away from the movie.
Okay.
It's distracting, and instead of getting sucked into the important parts of the movie, it's just a big carnival popcorn fest where it's a gimmick.
What about you, Shane? Do you like 3D movies?
I hate it. I hate 3D.
I mean, when he came down from the snow, you could see the snow in your face. You know what I mean? Like, I can't do it because of my concussion, so I was like, gosh darn. But
yeah, I don't even like to snack during the movie. I hate concessions. I hate all that stuff. I don't want anything that distracts from the movie.
There was a 5'3" girl that was like sitting on her lap, like when she was laying popcorn sitting here, and she was just literally just going like this with it and making noise. I just wanted to crawl out of my skin.
Yeah, we almost moved because somebody just kept digging at the bottom of their bag in the row behind us.
Oh my God, that's terrible. Like some people just don't get it in the movie theater.
The chair is back and you can kind of sit like this.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. I need to take one of those, Devil. And I last time I watched a 3D movie was Doc Strange, the first Doc Strange at Pittsburgh Mills, and it took me an hour to get to Catani. Like I was in bed all day until like 5 minutes before kickoff against the Ravens. Like it messed me up so bad I had a hard time driving.
Wow.
Headaches. That's why. And I always wanted to watch Rogue One because that was a preview in 3D, and I'm like, oh, that'd have been awesome, but it didn't happen, and I can't do it anymore. So, but now, how did you guys? Okay, because I went in Indiana, and it's different. It was actually, to me, when I was watching it, there was a lot of older people. Was there older people in your guys' movie theater?
Yeah.
Mine was a mix.
Yeah, I would guess it was a mix. It was pretty full though. It was a 6 o'clock showing on Friday. We were going to go to the drive-in, and then Hayden was like, I want to go see it. I want the vivid colors. I want to see it, not the drive-in. So I'm like, okay, let's go.
I can't see Superman at the drive-ins. I just know, like,
well, here's the thing.
Superhero movies, I just can't do it.
The sound system, I got like 8 speakers. I can roll the windows up, and I don't have to listen to someone eat popcorn.
Okay. I see your point.
It's digital now, so it's not quite as good as in the theater, but it's pretty good.
Well, I just can't. I just can't do it. I mean, if
No.
if it's a movie where I really don't have, I'm not vested in.
Like Jurassic Park, I can watch at the drive-in.
Okay, but not
Superman,
not
I get
Superman.
what he's
So,
saying.
okay, so how did you like the concept of this movie that they they told it when they had all the words and they explained to you what was going on when it first started. Cable, I'm going to start with you. How did you like that?
I absolutely loved it. I kind of thought, just based off the trailer, that we weren't going to get the origin story, and I'm so glad we didn't. Just like what Disney did with Tom Holland's Spider-Man, we didn't have to waste a bunch of time. Everybody and their mothers knows Superman's origin, so I love that the movie just jumps into it. He's already been here. Him and Lois Lane are already together, and the way they styled the text, 300 centuries, whatever, 3 years, 3 months, 3 days, 3 minutes. I thought that was so cool, and I thought it was a perfect way to open up the movie.
Well, and Devil said they finally got a hot Lois Lane. I don't know who that actress is, but she was. You know who I thought was hot was the other girl, Kat. Was it Kat?
Yeah.
You know why? 'Cause she was attributable, and she was blonde. So, but yeah. So I mean, that was a good premise. Shane, did you like that when they told you when it first started?
Great. I had to kind of figure out what's going on. I found out later. It kind of reminded me of Star Wars, and I found out later that the actor that played, Superman was a Star Wars fan. He suggested it to get James Gunn. They could we do something?
Oh, that's cool.
I didn't know that.
I was like, wow, that's really neat. I like that. I like that a lot. I really thought it was a fantastic movie. Later on in the show, I'll give you there's one thing that really bothered me, but it was so fun and so bright and so hopeful, and just
Do you think it was because of do you think it was because of his attire? It was more colorful than Henry Cavill.
His big man
the tights were more colorful than Snyder's tights.
He was big. He's 6'4". He's a big Superman. You know what I mean? And
Okay.
he's animated and he's funny and he's a likable Superman, and he does get a little bit too emotive, but I think it's because he's a younger Superman. It's like 3 years into being Superman, right? So he's not quite as mature.
Okay. Cable, what do you think about that? The different vast contrast of his Superman outfit compared to Snyder's dark. It was more colorful, correct?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I absolutely loved it. At the time, and I still think Man of Steel was a very good movie. I don't know if I've just gotten older and matured or whatever.
No, not you. There's no way.
Looking back at the Snyderverse and the DCEU, I think that's where he probably mischaracterized the most was his Superman. I really liked Henry Cavill as Superman at a certain point.
Yeah.
But after seeing this, I think that this is a perfect portrayal of him. This is the comic version. This is Wolverine X-Men Origins Wolverine's Deadpool versus Deadpool's Deadpool. In my eyes, we finally got a perfect comic version of Superman with this newest movie.
Well, I can't get Tammy to go see this because she won't go see this because it's not Henry Cavill and she will not do it. She won't go. She's like, and my wife is not. My wife's not a James Gunn fan because of what he, you know what I mean? Those. Yeah, she just doesn't care for him at all, and she just won't go. So I didn't force her or nothing. I go, Tam, it's look, you got to look at it like you're going to be entertained. I was entertained. Like I was sitting there and I wasn't like going, ooh and ah. I was entertained because, he got his ass beat, you know what I mean? In that first opening segment, he got his fucking ass beat. And then he was showing up to the Fortress of Solitude and Crypto took him, you know what I mean? Like that was the trailer that we've been seeing like months before this movie. but we never saw the inside with all the robots, and then like all the robots are half of the Guardians of the Galaxy guys.
They
You know
were
what I
great.
mean?
And the guy that played that plays on that Resident Alien. He also played the robot on
Rogue One.
Alan Tudyk.
Yeah, and also he is Dr. Phosphorus in the Creature Commandos. So he actually plays a couple characters in this new DC universe.
Yeah, and he played that one robot on Star Wars too. The big yeah.
Yeah, he always does a whole bunch of stuff. And
What
then
did
he was also in Doom Patrol.
What do you think of he's in Firefly too, which is
Yes,
fantastic.
yes. Afton C. Yeah. And he's also Steve the Pirate in Dodgeball.
Yes. And he's in an awesome, smaller, less known comedy movie called Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
I can't recommend that movie enough. That movie is so funny.
Yeah, I agree. That is a funny one. Yeah. He was in Knight's Tale too. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was in Firefly. So, I mean, there's a whole bunch of big. Okay, he gets his ass beat, and then like after that, then you see, the Lex Luthor character, which I'll start off with you, Shane. What did you think of the Lex Luthor character in this movie compared to other incarnations of the Lex Luthor character?
I can't believe they paid this guy $2 million to ruin the movie for me. He was horrible. I mean, I thought he was so. All he did. Okay, James Gunn. You don't have to.
Wow.
Making someone a douchebag doesn't add layers to someone's character. Having him shoot that guy right in front of Superman doesn't make it. I mean, all he did is torture Superman for 2 hours. Do something other than two.
What's Luthor supposed to do?
Luthor. That's what he does.
I thought he was one of the best parts of the movie.
Have some sort of ulterior motive other than just let's torture Superman. It's just so like there's just one layer to it. I'm like, there has to be a motive other than torture Superman. Like, what world do you want?
Right.
At least
okay, well, go ahead.
Trying to do a real estate deal.
Tag. What tag?
It happened wanted a real estate deal, and I don't know. And then he
now we're gonna get in a good discussion now.
And then he didn't have. Then Superman at the end didn't even have the balls to fucking man up and say, "You shot my buddy." He let his dog like break his arm. I mean, it's like with the Green Lantern being so good and Mr. Terrific being like phenomenal. I mean, all that was just a 10 out of 10. And then
wow,
this guy,
I had never. You're the only person that I heard that gave this different response.
Well, there's another guy that agreed with me, and I was like, I can't believe he said that too.
Well, I like to see
what's that?
I like to see where he's at.
As Doomcock DVD said it, I was like, oh my god, he's saying the same fucking thing I'm thinking. But no, I don't know, guys. That's what I thought, and I was just
you're entitled. No, you're entitled.
Then when he said it, I'm like, oh my god, that's exactly what I was thinking. It took me out of the movie. It didn't ruin it for me. I enjoyed it. It was fun. It just kind of ruined the lightheartedness and the fun, because this was like reminiscent of the first Superman until you see a guy get shot. Like this is not. It's just it just didn't seem like, and because he's too campy to do something that dark. He's too campy and goofy and looks like a 10-year-old. He doesn't. He needs wrinkles or something, or look a little more evil. Because here's the thing, and I'm going to close on this. And
no, this is good.
You have villains that are like Heath Ledger and Jared Leto. I know you hate Jared Leto, but you have all these Jokers from all the Batman series that have hit it out of the park. But you can't get Lex Luthor to be freaking fantastic. I'm just saying. You have all these Jokers have been fantastic, but you can't get an awesome Lex Luthor. That's it. I'm done.
Hot tag. Go, Cable.
I thought he was awesome. I thought he was fantastic. I thought the acting was so good, and I love that he killed that guy because that brings real stakes into it. And in this smaller version of Lex Luthor's darkness versus Superman's light is, that's a microcosm for the whole movie. And that's what Superman's battling for, is the hope and the lightheartedness and trying to keep things right and good while Lex Luthor's trying to pull him down. And I didn't read him as one-dimensional because anytime you ever deal with Lex Luthor, his hatred for Superman is always there. That's Lex Luthor 101. But where it comes from and what they kind of leaned into in this movie and touched on is Lex Luthor has a need for public acceptance, and he wants to be the best, and he wants everybody to love him, and everybody loves Superman. So, and like, I absolutely love the part towards the end where he says they wanted him, then they can die with them, or what, I forget the exact line. I thought that was so good. The only thing I didn't love was him calling out fighting moves.
I didn't like that either. That was yeah.
Yeah, I thought
that's because he's a genius and he was incorporating in the fighting system.
And he studied Superman so much.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Hey, real quick, I want to ask you something. This kind of took me, like, I wouldn't think Lex Luthor would have a room full of dipshits. Would he? He would.
Oh yeah.
He would? Okay.
Oh yeah. Lex Luthor would have a whole, like, LexCorp, Lex Tech, all that shit. He has a whole bunch of people under him, and he's guiding them everywhere. Like, I don't know a lot of the comic books stuff because I only have a few Superman comic books, but like Lex has his own suit in some comics where he can stand kind of toe to toe with Superman. Yes.
Yeah. I'd like to see that.
Yeah, I thought this incarnation of Lex was actually very good, and you can see his expressions.
Yeah, and I thought Nicholas Hoult did such a good job of, it is douchey and it is petty that he hates this person this much, just when he's out there trying to do good and everything. But that's the epitome of Lex Luthor. And at the end, when he knew he was beat, and you see him cry, like, I thought that was such a good touch. I thought the acting was so good there because it's like, really, you're gonna cry? But that's perfect. He's a big baby, and he didn't get his way, and he didn't win, and so and there's parts like little subtleties that Nicholas Hoult was doing throughout the movie where, like, he would one up Superman, then you'd see like this little smirk come across his face, and it was just little stuff like that really.
And also, he was bald, and that being bald had, because the Jesse Eisenberg whatever had his hair.
I'm a fan of the Jesse Eisenberg iteration, and I think he's a phenomenal actor.
Yeah,
I hated his version of Lex Luthor.
Okay, the Man of Steel was more interesting and more compelling. Michael Shannon and Zod was cinema. Okay, but it's two different things, because that Superman killed Zod, and this Superman does not kill.
I like Michael Shannon a lot as Zod.
So, but even when that guy who saved him in the concrete, and then Lex shoots him, I mean, you see Superman beating down because he couldn't save that guy, so Lex killed him. Lex is, like, in the DC world, is like one of the top villains of their comic book stuff. I don't think this guy's ever going to play in any Marvel movie ever again. I don't think he's ever going to be in any type of Marvel stuff ever again. I think they'll recast him as the Beast from the first.
Well, Kelsey Grammer, we already saw Beast at the end of the Marvels, and he's going to be CGI with Kelsey Grammer's voice.
But what about the other First Class? You know what I mean?
I don't think they're doing anything else with that.
Okay.
So,
and then 412 says Superman was as soft as baby powder.
He's supposed to be. That's the charm of him, and the epitome of him is, he's written by two down on their luck Jewish guys in the 30s that, they were. They came. I don't know if they came to America, if they were born here, but I imagine they came to America. And you see what they were up against, and they drew this hero that was the hero to end all heroes because of what they were going through. And Superman is supposed to stand for all that's good, and he's not supposed to be a hard ass and a badass. And it's just about hope. That's the main thing.
Well, when they made the comic book, he could only jump over buildings, and he didn't have a lot of powers. I mean,
yeah, in the
not like he can now in the incarnations of Superman, even in the
right.
movie. The 1950s Superman couldn't do that much.
No, the Golden Age, his power level was here, and the Silver Age and so on, they really upped it. And, that was a big complaint I saw a lot of people had about this movie, is that he spent so much of his time getting his ass kicked in it. But I appreciated that, because if you have Henry Cavill Superman that comes in, with half an hour left in the Justice League and just kicks the shit out of Steppenwolf and there's no conflict, then how's he compelling? So I like that they nerfed his power set, and everything was a struggle for the most part. And, he couldn't be everywhere at once. He had to send his friends over to conflict happening between those two countries. And, he's trying to save that giant creature. And when the other ones were just worried that, they didn't care about killing them. And he's trying to figure out how he can just remove him but keep him alive.
That was great. The Cable, that kaiju was great, and he saved the squirrel.
Yeah.
That showed his humanity and how
Yeah.
he different from everyone else. And then Hawkgirl just dropped the dude. Like, he's like, I'm not.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. That made it that knocked it out of the park. And
she didn't get too much screen time. She didn't get too much screen time.
No, but
no.
I'm not shitting over the movie, because I went in like, I love the Snyderverse. I thought it was fantastic. I went in like, this is gonna suck. I went in with a preconceived notion.
I didn't go in that way.
Terrible, and I was very, 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 very happy. But
yeah, and I mean, your opinion is as valid as mine. Everybody has different tastes and everything. I think my biggest thing was I love the characterization of it. I've watched the Christopher Reeve, the original, and the second one. For me, they're dated. I can't help that. I can put my mind in the mindset of when they came out, and I can appreciate them for what they are. But this is like a modern Christopher Reeve. It's got that hopefulness that he brought to the character, but everything else about present day effects and storytelling and everything is with a modern cinema take.
Okay, so let me. We got some questions from the chat community. God bless them. And Afton's like, "What are your take on the parents Clark Kent and Ma Kent? You know what I mean? Like having the older Kansas approach, which is not. I mean, like I said today to somebody, it's not Diane Lane and fucking Kevin Costner. You know what I mean? Like these look like Midwestern
real people.
Yes. And that's where he gets his realism and his humanity from his dad and his mom, and they're older, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. But what do you guys think about that?
Shane?
I'll tell you what, it was touching from the end to where they're first introduced. I mean, it was very, from him laying in his bed when he was young, and her just the mom being real solid, and her saying that the dad's a big softy, to like him kind of settling him in when he's not focused, and trying to get him back into the right mindset after learning that the end of the message from his biological parents had a different meaning. I really like that aspect of it.
Do you think it had a different meaning, or it didn't play fully completely?
I think it didn't play fully completely, but I think the intent based off of their culture, it just came across harder. That's the way I look at it. You just think about cultures in the United States versus other cultures.
I think Lex fucked it around a little bit to get his point across to the masses of the public, and the perception of public opinion swayed it. So I think maybe the second one it'll be different where we'll see the whole message. And who was the actress? That wasn't Lady Gaga, was it?
No,
No, it looked like her.
But it
she was
looked
in
like
Westworld. It did a little bit. Yeah.
yeah. And
Yeah.
I was like, holy fuck, Bradley Cooper. So
I
now
didn't expect that.
I
Yeah.
didn't expect that either.
So, real quick before we get too far down the court here, I did also absolutely love Ma and Pa Kent. I thought it was a perfect adaptation of them. Exactly, I echo everything Shane said. I loved every bit of screen time they had. They felt like real people. You know, Diane Lane did very good as Martha Ma
but they
Kent.
weren't in the comic book. They're not good looking. You're not Costner and Lane. You're not good looking.
Yeah, right.
They look like the people in this movie. They look like people from Midwestern, farmers like that. I mean, that's how they look in the comic book. They have glasses. His dad's frumpy and a little heavy in the comic book. You know,
remember Diane Lane from Lonesome Dove? Do you remember?
Yeah, that was. Well, that no, I mean, well, she was good looking in the in the Snyderverse, but I mean, that just wasn't. They had two big actors playing as parents. You know,
and I didn't like the Kevin Costner take at all in Man of Steel. You know, I think one of the dumbest movie decisions in the last 30 years is don't save me from this tornado. I'm just going to die so you can continue to hide your secret identity like that. To me, that just doesn't make any sense at all. There's no way Superman can't save him, but also, it's a tornado. Nobody's looking. Everybody's running. Like, just save him. So that's not Costner's fault, obviously. And I like Kevin Costner and a lot of stuff. But to, stay on the positive side, I absolutely love the version of them in this. And, from kind of the next talking point that you brought up, I don't think Lex Luthor doctored the footage at all. I think what we got was the actual message, kind of like what Shane said. It's just different cultures, different things. But even if that is exactly how it was meant to be, go conquer this world, I like that. That's different. That's new. That's probably how, a superior species would treat another world universe. And there's a great message or story there where I don't know if everybody goes through this. It probably depends on your walks of life. But as a child, your parents are some of your greatest heroes. And then as you get older and you turn into an adult, and
God damn it.
yes, when you become a parent yourself, you realize they're not everything I thought they were. And that's kind of, a good metaphor for that. And I don't know James Gunn's personal history, but I know throughout the Guardians trilogy and now this movie, there's a lot of subtext to read from, your family isn't the family you were born with.
Even in the Peacemaker, too. I mean,
Yeah, yes. So there might be something there, but I absolutely love the reveal of that. I thought it was a good story moment, but then I thought it carried weight to it, and then it makes that end scene in the Fortress of Solitude, when they say he likes to watch the footage or this recording of his parents when he heals, and then it's all the home movies of Ma and Pa Kent. That was just terrific, and I really felt that, and I couldn't have got there if you didn't turn, his Kryptonian parents heel.
Well, and we got some other comments. Now, the dog was a big, huge star of this movie.
Mm-hmm.
I did like it. I think adoption's
a lot of people didn't.
Really? I liked it. I think adoptions of dogs raised up after this movie, though, from what I hear.
I had heard people looking into adopting dogs went way up. Yeah. Uh-huh. I don't know if they followed through, but
Did you like the dog in this movie?
I loved it. I thought it was great. I mean, dog was a little stupid and goofy. I mean, I don't know many dogs are that ditzy. I mean,
I do. I see fucking dogs like that all the time.
Oh,
I see a fucking cat in my house. It's fucking crazy.
oh, really?
My buddy at work had to leave yesterday because his dog gave himself a bloody nose and then walked around the house sneezing blood everywhere. So they had to take him to the vet.
Oh God! See, yeah, I think the dog was just so hyper to see Superman all the time. He was just loving, and he was like when you come through the door at your house when your dog's waiting for you and fucking gets all hyper. That's what I took it
My
from.
wife's dog gets all crazy when she comes home, and then calms down after about.
I thought it was
Yeah.
great. I thought it was,
And
and
we'll
it was
probably talk
powerful
about
enough
it.
to help him. You know what I mean? It saved him
Yeah.
in certain situations,
I
which
get it.
you know, like he was to me, he was a major character in this movie.
Oh, absolutely.
And correct me if I'm wrong, Shane, but I think I remember when we were talking about the trailers, you weren't over the moon about the footage you had seen of him in the trailer. So for you to come out of the movie really liking the character, you know, unless I read into that wrong, but I think I remember you.
I was shitting all over the movie. Like, I really was just like, this is gonna be a hot mess. This is gonna be like, I was expecting woke, I was expecting political, and it wasn't at all. I mean, and people try to make it, and it's not. It's not. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
I'll be the first one to call people out, but it's not. It was
You know.
lighthearted. It was fun. It poked fun. It had political stuff, but it could have been any time, you know, because that stuff happens.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. That's been happening for hundreds and hundreds of years.
There's no correlation. It is what it is. Don't try to make something where it's not.
Right. Two completely fictional countries. You know, this movie seems to be very divisive already. It's only been out a week.
I don't know why. I just don't know why. And no offense. I don't know why, because I know how I vote, and I don't think I'm divisive at all.
Because they can't make it political. That's why they want to make it divisive, because no one can make it political because it's fun. It's lighthearted. It's bringing people together. And people.
Well,
yeah.
Yeah, I didn't mean to interrupt you there.
No, that's it.
It's kind of a multifaceted thing where everything Shane's saying is absolutely true. But then on a smaller scale, you know, not looking at politics and stuff, you have people, and this, I'm not referencing you, Shane, because I think you're more intelligent than this, or I'm not trying to insult anybody, but you have these Snyder diehards that will not give anything a chance that isn't made by Zack Snyder. You know, that's why, and I can admit when I'm wrong or whatever.
He's not a great director. Like, he's not a
good
director.
He's good at visuals. He doesn't tell very good stories, but visually, everything he makes is usually very good.
Dark and broody.
Yes.
He's like
The Cure.
If you listen to The Cure, you know, it's kind of good. It's like one or two songs.
Uh-huh.
But it's you know, Duran Duran is probably better as a whole, you know,
I like Duran Duran.
Yeah.
Duran in the 80s, man, and Friday Night Videos, Hungry Like a Wolf was a good fucking video.
A better breadth of music, even though The Cure maybe have one or two really good songs. I don't know, guys. I'll get shit. I love The Cure, but I'm just saying I like the Snyderverse, but it is what it is. It's hard.
It was too dark for me, and I like comic accurate stuff. But when I watched it, I fucking fell asleep. It took me weeks to watch it. The uncut.
It was always.
I was just
half of a work day.
Fuck. I'm like, come on, you know.
Well, so you know that's a good point. Is with Snyder's fan base. And I see it, you know, I'm not engaging with people, but I'm just going through the comments and looking at posts on social media and stuff. And I like Man of Steel and I like Superman 2025. There's nothing saying you can't like both.
Right.
You know,
you're not going to go without supper and fucking sit in a corner with your fucking nose in a corner. I mean.
Right. It's like last weekend. I watched WWE and I watched AEW. God bless the people that are super fans, I guess, to a degree. But if you're, I don't know, it's not quite the same thing. But when you're tripping over dollars to pick up pennies, you got two products that are from the same genre, the same subject matter. Why does it have to be one or the other? Why can't it be both? And
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I guess, some people are going to be bummed that the Snyderverse is over, and you had such an outpouring and an outcry that we got this 4-hour cut.
That could have been so much better. Like at Rebel Moon, I didn't even see the fucking second one.
I didn't watch it. I didn't watch either of them. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
so
terrible.
That's one of the.
I'm sorry. I was going to ask you how much you liked. Nathan Dillion is freaking killed it.
Oh, Guy Gardner was the shit. That's how Guy Gardner is in the comic books.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody knows this or not, but Green Lantern is one of my favorite DC properties. I mean, he's close to my favorite.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I absolutely. I have a lot of Green Lantern merch and stuff like that, and to finally see a good live action iteration of a Green Lantern,
like he was happy. Like he was a cocky prick.
Netflix, or is that going to be on Disney? What is that going to be?
The TV show?
HBO Max.
HBO, yeah.
Yeah.
HBO, okay.
And it's stars Kyle Chandler is one of the leads. I think it's Hal Jordan, and I think Kyle Chandler is such a phenomenal actor. He's never quite a huge leading man. He was so good in Friday Night Lights.
He might be now.
Maybe. I mean, I think, because he is up there in age a little bit, I think they're, looking to move through the generations of Lanterns probably fairly quickly. But just what I saw of Guy Gardner, Nathan Fillion's iteration of him, to a T with the comic, it was perfect. Nathan Fillion kind of just had to play himself. But it fit. It was so good. So it gives me hope for what comes forward.
They didn't pretty much call him the Justice League. They call him the Justice Gang.
Yeah.
And they only had 3, and then when they went and he the chemical I don't know who that guy was.
Metamorpho.
Yes, and my coworker actually has his first appearance in comic books. And I had to ask him because he's a big Mr. Cresco is a big DC guy and he knows his DC shit. I just didn't know, like he thought it was the tornado or something when he was spinning around when they were fighting. You know what I mean?
Tornado.
Yeah, and there's a lot of characters that I don't know because they're real secondary characters in the DC universe.
Do you know who played him?
It was the guy from. He was a gangster in that Bill Hader fucking TV show.
Yeah.
Barry. Yeah.
Barry. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. He was Mr. Zsasz on Gotham.
See, I didn't watch the whole Gotham series.
I didn't either, but I know he was on it. But she's a good actor.
But and then the girl who played Hawk Girl is in The Last of Us. Is the
everything?
Yeah, well, I don't know if she's in everything, but she was she's pregnant in the Last of Us, and I she was
in the most recent Alien movie also.
Oh, see, I didn't see that one.
Romulus.
So, do you think they're gonna add more like maybe Martian Manhunter and stuff like that?
I would imagine. I think eventually they'll get the Justice League name because it was the Hall of Justice is where they were at, and it was
I like
pretty comic accurate looking from the outside. So I'm sure at some point we will get Justice League. They're taking their time, which is good and bad. Yeah, they only have 3 projects that have actual release dates. 2 now that haven't been released. Superman was one of them. And they're breaking them into chapters, how the MCU has the phases. They're doing chapters. And this is chapter 1, Gods and Monsters, I believe, was kind of
right.
the
You're
title.
absolutely right. You're absolutely right. And I did like the little cameo appearance of John Cena.
That was good.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that.
I wasn't either. I wasn't. Because I just didn't think it was going to happen in the movie. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
they're supposed to work out, what happens, retcon him meeting the Justice League. I saw an interview with Gunn, and he said we're going to take care of that in season 2.
Makes
I don't know how-
sense.
Well, Rick Flag Rick Flag got his back broke by fucking Clayface in Creature Commandos, so he must have got healthy for the Superman movie.
Unless this takes place before Creature Commandos, because I don't know that we know the timeline yet.
Yeah, I don't know if it happened before or after, because in Commandos, I mean, he was fucked up. Even though it's
Yeah.
animated, the animated stuff is coming to life because you're going to see the Creature
Yeah.
Commandos in
Right.
live action version, which I think is going to be pretty good. I mean,
I have to watch Creature Commandos now.
oh, it's fucking awesome.
It
It is.
Yeah, it's really good. And some people that don't like animated stuff, shame on them.
Yeah,
because people fucking shit on animated stuff, but you got to realize that you can't spend all that fucking money on movies, and it's cheaper in the animated way. Like people shit on.
That it might be a more difficult medium because it's animated. You're drawing that. I mean, live action. There's a lot of cinematography and things that have to happen to make it look good and get everything, all your scenes lit well and things like that. But animating is such an endeavor. Endeavor. Sorry. So that, yeah, like you said, Bob, the people that don't give animation a chance or shit on it, and it can be such a beautiful.
My buddy Mike Fabian fucking will not watch an animated
That's
Star
right.
Wars, Marvel, DC. He won't watch none of that shit. And I'm like,
Yeah.
You don't even know what the fuck you're missing, Fabe, because most of the stories come from the animated part. Like,
a benefit to animation is you don't get the wonky CGI, uncanny valley effect that you get with live action sometimes, where when you want to do something super fantastic, impossible for real people to do, you can tell it's CGI. When you're animated the whole way through, and it blends more seamlessly. There's no limits to animation. So,
well, I just know the last 4 episodes of the Clone Wars is probably one of the greatest stuff of Star Wars, and I try to explain it to Fabe, and he just doesn't fucking get it. Well, I'm fucking 50 years old. I'm like, dude, I'm 50 years old too, but god damn it. And I know DC is better animated than Marvel. And they do. DC's animation fucking kicks Marvel's ass.
DC's been good since Batman Brave and the Bold and
Batman
Beyond. And
before we get out of here, we got a little bit more stuff to go on. So what did you think of like everybody playing the people from the Daily Planet, like Jimmy Olsen and Harry White and all that stuff, and Lois Lane being a Lois Lane who's actually being not like a girl who's crying.
That's what they do. Yeah,
she's actually kicking ass.
Yeah. I thought it was great. I thought everybody was really good. You had, I can't remember his name, the one guy from SNL that was the comic relief. And
he was the guy with the mustache.
Yeah, he was hamming it up a little bit, but whatever. That didn't ruin the movie for me. But beyond that, I thought everybody was really good. I don't know the actor's name, but the actor that played Perry White, he's pulling double duty because he was in Thunderbolts as one of the senators that was trying to impeach Valentina. So it's good to see him again. He's pretty good in both roles. But I think
everybody's jumping from both sides. They could do whatever. You know what I mean? I don't care.
Yeah, but Jimmy Olsen was the standout, other than Lois. I really dug his storyline, and for anybody that doesn't know, Jimmy Olsen gets into some crazy adventures in the comics, which it was kind of a slap in the face in the Snyderverse when he got shot, not even on camera, and just eliminated in Batman vs Superman. Because I'm not pining for Jimmy Olsen content. I did hear that.
But he's banging the hot chick. I mean, the hot chick was
He
all
doesn't
over
even
him.
think she's hot. Yeah, and that's par for the course with Jimmy Olsen. I mean, he's been turned into animals. He's been given superpowers, all this stuff, and he just stumbles into it. He's not a hero. And I heard he was so well received that they are considering doing like a limited series starring him that would be canon.
He's
But I thought,
Righteous Gemstones. He's pretty good in Righteous Gemstones.
okay, I've never seen him in anything that I'm aware of, because I haven't watched
Righteous
it yet.
Gemstones good.
But I thought he was really good in it.
He was also
Okay.
Rusty in National Lampoons.
Oh.
Oh, the new one.
So what
One of them, yeah.
what was your take on Mr. Terrific?
Stole the show.
Yeah, he was the best character of all. That fight scene where I'm like, what the hell is this guy gonna do? Like, get his calculator off, and then all of a sudden it's like and without knowing, because I looked it up later, but I'm like, and I picked it up on my own. I'm like, this guy is the DC's Iron Man, basically, right?
In a sense, yeah. I mean, he doesn't have the suit, but yeah, I mean, he's a genius, tech genius that comes up with all these gadgets and stuff. And, it was great to see that actor get a little bit of
Redemption.
Yes, that's how that word escaped me, because for anybody that's not aware, he was in X-Men First Class, and he's been a running joke ever since because of that character. Mutant ability is that he can survive anything. His name's Darwin, so he can adapt to live through anything, and he gets killed after 10, 15 minutes of screen time. So that's become an internet meme since that movie came out, and it was cool to see him all these years later land this role. Now, I wasn't super, I'm still not super up on Mr. Terrific. I did watch Arrow for a while. He was in there. But I really loved the iteration of him in the movie. I thought the actor did an amazing job. I thought he was written well. I really enjoyed it. That scene, Shane, like you said, that was very, made you think of Guardians of the Galaxy type action, like Yondu with the whistling arrow, taking everybody out on the ship in Guardians 2. So, yeah, I thought it was great.
Yeah, I think this whole movie was actually, I mean, I like to see it again. I don't know if I'm going to be like cable and watch it twice in a weekend, but, and it might be on my TV screen downstairs. I don't know yet, or up here. I haven't checked yet. It'll probably be in French, and I don't know anything in French. But let me ask you guys a question, because Devil, I used to be a big Flash guy. You know what I mean? So do you think if the Flash was in this new DC Gun universe, would you take the actor from the TV show as him, or would you get somebody else?
I'd recast.
Recast? What would you do, Shane? What would you do, Shane? Huh?
I heard rumors that they're going to have Tom Holland do it.
There's no
way.
James
No
Garfield.
way.
Sorry, James Garfield. Wrong one.
I don't. Well, yeah. Well,
let me see if I can pull it up.
I really enjoyed the Flash TV show for the first few seasons. I did not stick around and finish it. I thought Grant Gustin was really good in the role, but I think you just go fresh.
I think every year was a fucking speedster, like a blue speedster, a red speedster. That was his fucking that was his villains. Everybody was a speedster, and I'm like, well, how about fucking some other ones? That I don't know. Well, I can't. I don't know.
No way.
I don't know. You probably want somebody younger, and it could be it might be Wally West. It might be Wally West, maybe. Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just do podcasting. I have no idea. Nobody asked me. But I just wanted to get your guys' take, since Afton actually, these guys and Devil and Gene brought it up in the chat. So
I can't believe we're reviewed this in under an hour.
Well, before we wrap it all up, I can't let us get out of here.
That'll never happen. No, this guy's fucking playing everything under the sun. No, and he's actually going to be leading. He's going to be leading the Avengers, and I'm like, oh my God, Jesus Christ! But anyway, go ahead, Cable. I'm sorry, I got up on a tangent. I'm sorry.
Supergirl. You know, what did everybody think of Supergirl?
She can't handle her alcohol. But that was the extra credit scene, which I didn't think they were going to put that on. I didn't like. I mean, the end. I waited for something super duper, but it was terrific and Superman looking at the wall, and I'm like, I waited around for this, and then that's when I fell out of the movie theater. That was not good.
Did you watch the second? There was a second post-credit scene at the whole way at the end, also.
What do you mean? I didn't see anything.
I waited. I didn't see it.
They didn't have anything in my movie. It was okay. Supergirl at the end and Crypto.
But that was in the movie. That wasn't a post-credit scene.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. And then one where Superman, and Mr. Terrific were looking at the wall. It was cracked on the building, and they said something funny, and that was all. That was it.
Yeah, that was it.
And then if you stuck around till the end of it, like the whole way to the end, there was a part where it shows just him and Crypto sitting on the moon staring at Earth.
Oh, I seen that, but that was probably something off the. I figured that was like the comic book thing. That's all I thought that was. I didn't think.
Both post-credit scenes are very minimal, and it's kind of refreshing in a way. You know, I mean, I love the MCU. I hope they, come storming back and everything. But every post-credit scene that the MCU puts out, for the most part, is always worried about the next thing and what comes next. And that's great, because I love the connected universe, and I do, I'm going to consume as much content as they put out. But it was nice that even with these post-credit scenes, as minimal and kind of useless as they were, it was only concerned about the movie. It's still, this movie just had a chance to breathe on its own. But I absolutely love the little tease we got, the backdoor cameo, if you want to call it that, of Supergirl. I think she's perfectly cast. The actress was really good in House of the Dragon. I haven't seen her in anything else. She looks so good. Classic costume. You find out that is, Crypto's her dog, which also leads to why he's so ill-behaved, because she doesn't put any effort into training him. Yeah. But that's another point of contention on the internet. Everybody's posting Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman with the super fierce look from Batman vs. Superman versus hungover Supergirl, and this is how James Gunn treats his women versus Zack Snyder. Well, Gal Gadot's acting was shit, and that's even with me. I think I put the first Wonder Woman in the GOAT tier, if I remember right. Yeah. But her acting is still fucking terrible, and Supergirl is a tragic figure. All these people are just popping off that don't know anything, and
they just sit on the computer and just type away, and that's what
they're like the monkeys in the Pocket universe. # super shit. But that movie, her movie next year, I'm so excited for it now after this part, because one of her big, more recent stories they did, a limited series, was Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, and she's very traumatized because she was older. She's Clark's older cousin, so she remembers Krypton. She remembers her family. She remembers them all dying and Krypton exploding. And then she was supposed to come to Earth first and be Kal-El, I guess not Clark, but Kal-El, Superman's protector, and bring him up to speed and watch over him. And she gets lost on the way to Earth, and she doesn't get here before him, so he's left to fend on his own, and she has guilt over that, and not being able to carry out this final mission that her family gave to her, and all this stuff. So it all lends to being this traumatic character, and clearly, right, that's how she copes. So people are going to take it at face value and make fun of her, take digs at it. That's a very real thing that happens in this world. People cope with their problems with certain vices, and it's going to have its jokes and stuff. And it's not, James Gunn's not making it. It's made by the same director that did I, Tonya, which I, Tonya was a very,
Well, and
very
you got
good.
Jason Momoa as Lobo, and he's going to kick fucking ass. And I think he's just going to be, the story is part of it. He's going to be the bounty hunter fucking tracking her down. And then,
Possibly.
you know what I
And
mean?
Crypto's going to return. Crypto's going to be a big part
the
of it.
dog is
so.
a big, huge part of this fucking, you know, I mean, I liked it. So, I mean, before we get out of here, on a scale of 1 to 10, Shane, what did you give it?
8.
8. Okay.
It would have been a solid 9 if you know, I already went down that rabbit hole, but
okay. And Cable?
9.
9.
I gave somebody a letter grade after I saw it, and I said A. So.
Yeah, I would say a 9-1. Like I wasn't. I mean, I was entertained, and it was very good because James Gunn doesn't fuck around, and everything Gunn does in the superhero stuff, like Marvel and DC, I like. I never saw his other incarnation that Shane was going to talk about real quick before we get out of here.
Yeah. 2019 horror movie that he did, which is kind of like if Superman came to Earth and turned into a bad. Did you see that? Super, yeah.
No,
I did not
see that. I did not see it.
That was really creepy. So.
Yeah, I've heard lots of good things about it, but I did not see it.
It was really good. So it might not, you know.
Right, like Homelander. Just
it depends on what your flavor is. This might be the second best Superman movie for you, depending on what your flavor is. But I like it, and I wanted to ask both you guys before we go, and if I don't want to get down a rabbit hole, this what if thing. Guardians of the Galaxy 3, Bubba, or this Superman movie?
Emotionally, I was entertained by Superman. I thought it was very entertaining. It was very good, but emotional. I got emotional over the plight and the journey of Rocket, and I fucking cried over a fucking talking raccoon. So to me, it'd be the Guardians 3. I was very entertained with Superman, and there I am crying over a fucking raccoon, but. You know, I mean, it was the whole story of the Guardians was always about Rocket the whole fucking time.
Yeah, that took me for a ride. But
what about you, Cable? What about you?
I'm trying to really evaluate how I feel about this movie because I have a lot of thoughts about it, and I'm trying to make sure it's not just a recency bias. But I don't think I do that, you know, because I had the same questions walking out of the Batman. I said I think that's the best Batman movie I've ever seen in my life, and then I validated
and
this.
You still say it.
Yeah. I'm beginning to trust my gut instinct when it comes to stuff like this. I like Superman more than Guardians 3. I think just to kind of put a bow on all of this while I'm on it, I think it's the best Superman movie ever made. I think he's the best Superman ever, and. One thing I keep coming back to
here, brother. That's a hot take.
I mean, I've seen it. I've seen it. You know, there's a lot of people that are really on the bandwagon already. And like I said, I'm just going with my gut.
I think he's good too. I think he's going to be good for the next 10, 15 years if they do it right.
I think he embodied the what's that?
The Rotten Tomatoes scores and the critic scores back up your assessment. So
that's 86 and 96, right?
I think it has like an 86. Yeah.
Yeah, the 96 audience score, I believe.
Yeah.
And it's doing big numbers. You know, it's one of the more successful movies of the year. But I think this characterization.
But we shall see coming next week. See how far it drops when the 4 is coming. See how far it drops.
It's going to take a hit, but I think it's going to kick the shit out of Fantastic Four. Seeing it already now, I'm just hoping the Fantastic Four does good enough to make Marvel happy.
That's a take right there. Cable,
hot take. I think Superman's going to live on. I think it's going to have legs. I think people are going to keep going back to see it. The people that saw it and loved it, I think, are going to see it again. And the word of mouth, other than the closed-minded people and the ones that won't give it a chance, I think word of mouth is
I
going to
have to get my
spread.
wife to go, and and she just likes after he quit The Witcher, she gets all fucked off. So I gotta convince her, and I gotta try, and it's to convince my wife to do anything, and go see a movie.
Well, I thought when they unmasked Ultraman, I thought it was Henry Cavill for a quick second.
I thought it was too.
They look very similar.
So good.
I thought it was, and I thought that would have been the whole turn. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but it didn't happen. But it was cloned, and he was cloned. So yes, Lex Luthor cloned him in the comic books too. So I mean, it is what it is. So
yeah, in the comics, Ultraman is just another variant from the universe.
That's a bold statement, Devil. Devil says, Cable. That's a bold statement. It's a bold statement.
Oh, about Fantastic Four?
Yeah, that's a bold statement.
Yeah, I think Fantastic Four is going to be popular, and I'm expecting it to be good. But to me, this Superman is a whole other level superhero movie. I put it as probably in top 5 DC of all time, and maybe top 10 superhero movies of all time already. I think it nails what Superman is supposed to be like. What Chris Evans was for Captain America is this iteration.
Well, yeah, that's true. Every Joker 2 is 412. We already know that. So wow, okay. I might go see it again. Maybe. I mean, I enjoyed it. I think it was really, really good. I mean, all three of us liked it. Cable was the one who actually loved it more than all of. I mean, we all gave it high praises. So and usually that's, I mean, somewhat that's pretty much this is unanimous on this movie. So on this go around, we actually gave it high praises, and I mean, I'll definitely buy it for my collection. That'll definitely be.
Can you still get DVDs, Bubba? Can you still buy them?
Yeah, I can still buy. I still buy Blu-rays sometimes.
I
bought my last Blu-ray was Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I still need to get Deadpool and Wolverine because I do collect the Marvel stuff, and I do have a nice DC collection too.
I'm not giving you shit like you're buying them from some agent.
Yeah. I'm buying some. I buy them from some guy in a van. He pulls in my thing. Yeah. Before we get out of here, yes, he resigned 412 Tuesday and Wednesday. We'll definitely be talking about it, and we're excited in Steeler Nation. I know Cable is like, okay, fuck you guys, but
I think it's a mistake. But that's not my team, so.
I know he's a Patriots fan, people, and we will see him in this season, and we will have him on Wednesday to talk about his team when we face him, because we need to beat the Patriots before I die. Would be great. So, okay. Well, before we get out of here, I want to thank everybody for coming on the community chat. Like always, God bless you, Cable. Thank you for your expertise in movies. Shane, thank you as always. Me and you have been doing this all week long. It seems like we're having our own network. You know what I mean? Yeah, he's a Pats fan, 412. I still love him, but he's still a Pats fan, and he'll be on the show on a Wednesday. That's for sure. And now I can fucking bitch because there's no Tom Brady. So
I'm gonna bitch because there's no Tom Brady.
I know you do. So Shane, Cable, thank you guys so much. Next week it'll be me and Cable coming up with some stuff. Shane will be on vacation. So we will get back. When he comes back, we'll be doing our top 15 TV shows of all time, any genre. Huh?
Well, we're going to go see Fantastic Four next weekend, so the following week might be our Fantastic Four review.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Okay, 2 weeks. Okay, you caught me. Okay, 2 weeks.
For 2 weeks.
2 weeks. We'll do Fantastic Four. Something. We're going to do the top 15 TV shows, any genre of all time, all three of us. So
of course, somewhere in there.
Yeah, somewhere in there. We're going to do it. So thank you guys for hanging out with us tonight, and we appreciate it. Shane, I appreciate it. Cable, I appreciate it. Good stuff. Everybody have a great weekend, and I will see you tomorrow. And I'll be talking wrestling. Oh, God. Okay. And check my interviews with Cato and Braden Elliott on the Triple B Experience. Boop. Everybody, have a great night and a better tomorrow. See you, Cable. See you, Shane.
Yeah.
See you guys. See you, chat.